Welcome back to another anime review. This time the anime will be Hokkaido Gals Are Super Adorable Episode 4. Now, this episode doesn't have as much to talk about as the last one, but I can say it had way more scenes of people blushing. Now, this episode starts out with Tsubasa still soaring from his scan trip, and he has to walk to school in a blizzard. And I just realized that his grandmother doesn't have a car or anything, but she has a nice house. And I just finally noticed that. Like, it didn't really make sense until I was thinking about the last episode where she first came in. Well, it wasn't last episode, like 2 episodes ago, and she was walking to the store. She was walking like from the store on her way back home. So like, yeah, she doesn't own a car, but she has enough money to have a nice house. Now, Tsubasa, he's having a hard time walking in the blizzard trying to get to school, and eventually he just says, screw it. Now, I thought that was kind of relatable because I know there was some times when it was like snowing outside, and I always had to walk like 45 minutes to get to school, and there was many times I just wanted to like, I'm just about to go home, like, skip documents a day. So that was kind of relatable to me. Tsubasa notices a car coming up behind him on the road, so he tries to get out of the way and he accidentally falls into a pile of snow, but luckily it was Mimi's mother driving that car, and Mimi hops out the car and invites him to go to school with him. So he hops in the car and finally meets Mimi's mother, and apparently she's like one of those gal type girls too. While they're in the car, Mimi's mother asks Tsubasa if he has a girlfriend and he tells her no. Then Mimi's mother, she decided to start teasing him and saying that that him and Mimi will make a cute couple. So I thought that was kind of funny because like she has like a Tima's personality just like her daughter, or I could say her daughter has it because she got it from her. Eventually, the conversation goes into talking about winter clothes and how they're really expensive, and Minami can't really afford to have winter clothes, and how she really looks nice. So eventually, not Minami, Tsubasa, he actually tells them that they both look beautiful just where they are, and he makes both of them blush. So I thought that was kind of funny. So they get to school, and Tsubasa, he gets out the car first, and Mimi is about to follow him when her mother stops her and says she did a good job. Well, she says something like along those lines. I don't remember the exact words, but it seems like I guess Mimi had an idea to like take him to school so they can like get more time together or something like that. I don't really understand, but maybe it might go more in detail into that in the next episode or something. Now they're in the school and they see Akino walking down the hall. So Minami, she runs up and hugs her. But Akino, she's also sort of like Tsubasa, so that hurts her apparently. So she starts like leaning up against the wall, and I thought that was like a little bit over exaggerated. Because I mean, like, it was just skiing. Like, how bad could it actually be? So Akino and Tsubasa are both having a conversation about how they're both sore and how it sucks and all that. Now this time, Minami gets jealous about them having a conversation that they're both sore, and she wishes that she is sore too. And I thought that was kind of funny because last episode where it ended, she was just that they were both sleeping on the bus, like leaning against each other, and she wanted to do that with him as well. So like, I feel like Minami gets jealous super easily, or she just really doesn't like to be left out of anything. While they're in class, Minmi talks about how he finally brought a blanket to class, and she shows him that she has warming pads in her clothes. But while she's showing him that, what's his name, Tsubasa, he's basically just checking out her chest. So I thought that was kind of funny because, like, once again, he's just like staring at her and just checking her out, and she never comments on it. It's like she doesn't notice, but she likes to tease him, so she gotta know that he's like always checking her out. So Minami starts going through her things, and she knows that she's running out of her favorite lipstick. And what's her name? Tsubasa, he comments on it, but at the end of his statement, he says "a," just like the way she does. And she starts to get hyped because he's starting to get like a Hokkaido accent. So Akino, she hears this and she walks up to them just to tell Tsubasa that everybody in Hokkaido doesn't actually have an accent. And I was wondering about that because it seems like, and I know it's just like 2 episodes ago, like, it seems like the only people that have an accent is basically Minami and her family. Like, everybody else that this show has shown so far does not have an accent. Tsubasa noticed that Akino has her game with her, and he gets like really hyped about that, and she wants to teach him how to play it. And then Minami, she also wants to learn, so they make plans to go to the mall where they can buy cosmetics and also play it, and also so Akino can teach them how to play the game. While they're at the mall, they also decide to go to one of those photo booths and take a picture together. And well, Tsubasa's at home studying, doing homework. Like, you can see that he put the picture on the back of his phone. But also, he remembered that he's doing homework. And he doesn't know if it's like an actual assignment that you got turned for a grade, or you're just supposed to study it. So he decides to call Minami. Well, he texts Minami actually about like the information, like to see if she knows, like, is it going to be graded or not. Now, this is where the episode starts to get kind of funny because after he texts her that about the after he texts her like to get information about the homework, she also texts back and saying that she's in a bath, and then before he can reply to that, like she sends a picture of her holding a toy in the bath with her legs in the picture just to see how he'll react. So Tsubasa doesn't actually know how to reply to that picture, so he just sends a reply talking about the toy that she's holding in her hand, the toy duck that she's holding in her hand. And that actually disappoints her, so she sends another picture of her, like basically just winking at him, just to see like if she can get a better reply out of him. So now he starts freaking out. He really doesn't know how to reply. So he just sends a comment talking about, oh, she must really be good at keeping up her beauty routine and she must really care about it. So Minami gives up and she just calls him. And he answers the phone, but he didn't realize that's a video call, which is like the only reason why he picked it up. And I thought that was funny because like she had to go this far just to get like the reaction she wanted out of him, and she was like so desperate to get him to freak out and get nervous, and she really wanted to see that. Like she really does enjoy teasing him. It's one of like the funnier parts of her character. While they're talking, Tsubasa eventually remembers that he wanted to ask her about the homework, and when he reminds her about the homework, she starts to freak out. So she stands up really quickly, and her phone slips out of her hand and is about to drop into the water. And then while she's freaking out and like about to drop her phone, he grabs his phone off the table and he starts fumbling with his phone, so he doesn't really have a good hold on it, so he can't really see anything. I thought that was like really like a funny and convenient way to do that. They both catch their phone around the same time, and then now like what's her name? Enemy, she's blushing and asks what's his name, Subasa, if he's seen anything, and he doesn't really understand what she's talking about because like he doesn't know what just happened, and so he just tells her no, and then so she saw like okay, I'll talk to you, I'll talk to you later, and she hangs up. And then there's the final scene where it shows that Minami got in trouble by the teacher because she never did the homework, and that's how the episode ended. So a lot of funny things happened. There was a lot of times of people blushing. I forgot to mention the time when Akino started blushing, but that was because of Akino, not Akino. Tsubasa said something that could be taken out of context. He does that a lot. Anyway, to me, this was a good episode. It felt like it only lasted about 10 minutes. That's how fast it felt like it went by. Like, I was really enjoying this episode. Not too much happened to talk about, but it was still pretty good. So, this is my anime review of Hokkaido Gals Are Super Adorable Episode 4, and I'll catch y'all next time. Take it easy.